Welcome to the pre-test training for test administrators. This video supports your efforts to implement AIMS with fidelity and ensure test security. This is a Tolleson Union High School District PD2 training. AIMS must be administered on the dates specified by the Department of Education. For your convenience, the dispatch contains detailed information regarding testing dates, times, etc. AIMS content exams, reading, writing, mathematics, etc., are not timed tests. Therefore, the administration times are estimates of the total time needed for students to complete the test. However, the administrations of an AIMS content exam is limited to the school day and cannot extend into another day. Stanford 10, on the other hand, is a timed test. Therefore, follow the directions as stated in the Stanford Testing Guide. An AIMS testing session is complete only when the allotted time for the session is ended, or when all students have finished the session. Students may be instructed to bring personal reading materials or classwork that they can do if they finish the test before the end of the testing session. AIMS must be offered to all students who are eligible and/or required to participate as described in the test administration directions. The test coordinator will provide all test administrators with a testing room roster. This roster is based on ADE guidance regarding students who are eligible to test. Specific details regarding tested cohorts are available in the test administration directions. Only students on the testing room roster should be directly admitted into the testing environment. To resolve any issues, follow the specific directions provided by your test coordinator in the dispatch. The Arizona Department of Education identifies specific responsibilities for test administrators. As I read the responsibilities, focus on each statement to ensure that you have the knowledge and skills necessary to comply. The test administrator is responsible for participating in AIMS training activities, signing and returning to the test coordinator the AIMS test security agreement, adhering to test administration security procedures, reviewing the test administration directions, receiving test materials from the test coordinator, verifying the quantities of test materials received, distributing and collecting and verifying all test materials on testing day, following the test administration directions, reading aloud to the students the scripted directions exactly as stated in the test administration directions, requesting guidance from the test coordinator when unusual circumstances or uncertainty arises, completing all necessary demographic information, completing the accommodation information for all students receiving standard accommodations, and assembling and returning all test materials to the test coordinator. If after participating in this training and reading the test administration directions, you feel you lack the prerequisite knowledge or skills to comply, work with your test coordinator to close the gap. All individuals with access to test materials must take precautions to safeguard and maintain the integrity of the test. AIMS, test books, and answer documents are secure documents. While in the possession of the test administrator, test materials must be kept in secure, locked storage except during actual test administration times. Test administrators must follow the proper procedures for ensuring the security of the test before, during, and after the test administration. To safeguard testing materials, access to testing materials is restricted. Do not attempt to gain access beyond that which is granted by the test coordinator. Test administrators are accountable for all test materials that they receive and are responsible for maintaining possession of the testing materials during the day. Limiting student access to the AIMS is of utmost importance. Therefore, do not permit students to remove test materials from the testing room, except under the direct supervision of staff and only under authorized events such as extended testing. The test administration directions provides additional guidance regarding actively monitoring testing materials. To maintain the integrity of AIMS, the test administration directions contain specific instruction for test administrators, including, but not limited to, do not examine, read, or review the tests. Do not disclose, nor allow to be disclosed, the content of the test. Do not discuss any test items at any time. Do not examine, read, or review any student responses. Return all test materials to the test coordinator immediately upon the completion of testing. To ensure implementation fidelity and test security, the Arizona Department of Education requires any person who comes in contact with AIMS to biannually sign a test security agreement. Additionally, all test administrators must read, prior to testing, the test administration directions and participate in the appropriate pre-test workshop. Thank you for participating in this portion of the training. Please continue the workshop by watching the next video. Contact your test coordinator if you have questions, comments, or concerns.